theater closer to you. I'm like, I don't think you understand.
No, because then we saw 50 Shades Free in that theater as well.
Yeah.
That movie also came out in 2018.
Oh, man, did it?
Yeah.
Why was last year so long? Wow.
Did it feel long? I don't even remember.
I don't know. I try not to think about things anymore. I don't use my brain for anything. It's
well,
great.
look, like some good, like Black Panther came out last year. That was solid.
Yeah.
We got sad at Infinity War.
Yeah. Oh my God, Infinity War. I'm doing another bingo chart, by the way. I'm definitely making another
You're
bingo
definitely
sheet.
going to get Cap Dies on this one.
Cap Dies is going on that bingo sheet.
And you're going to get
first
it.
And foremost.
I don't know if we're going to be able to get the chance to actually like do a full podcast episode on that unless like we do the going to the library again.
Yeah. Or like
did you get tickets?
I got my tickets already.
When are you going?
Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm going because like apparently the tickets are going like really high up. Like you can like people are selling like $5,000.
That's stupid.
My dad's selling ours. He's trying. He doesn't think we're gonna get it. He just thought it'd be like a fun thing to do. And like worst case scenario, like the other theaters that are nearby are not sold out, so we just like I'll just get tickets for them. That's his reasoning. I don't care. I was mad. I will say this just in case my family watches. I was mad right then and there because like my mom was kind of like, "What's the big deal if we see it 3 weeks later?" I'm just like, "You don't."
That's a big deal.
You don't. I'm like, Mom,
I can't go on the internet.
That's what I was saying, and she was and like, it's fine, but So that happens, but I think you can definitely put Cap Dies, and you'll get it.
Oh my gosh, I am so excited! Oh my god, I'm so excited for Endgame. Yeah. Oh, yep.
That movie's gonna make all the money, isn't it?
Right. Yeah, and if you guys like haven't seen our Infinity War review,
that's a solid.
It's a good review because the story here is that we saw it at the exact same time. At just different theaters, and then the next day we decided we had to talk about it. But we do live kind of far from each other,
so we met halfway.
So we met halfway in a library somewhere, rented out like a private room in the library, and then just like screamed our thoughts back and forth to each other. And then I had a bingo card. So what I do is I have a bingo sheet with all my theories of what I thought was going to happen, and I ended up getting bingo. So if anybody wants to see me post that, I'll post it again. Because I just found it on my phone again.
I think really I was like upset because you were like all hope, like you like there's like some sliver of hope, and like I did not feel hope after.
No, some sliver of hope after the end credit scene.
Yeah, that was the Captain Marvel thing.
Yeah, it's the Captain Marvel.
There's that. No, because like the funny thing like I actually really like about the Marvel universe, and I don't know why, because I think like around the time like the Avengers came out, I was like really starting to get into like nerd culture and like getting into like movies and that kind of thing.
Right.
And like with the Avengers and like also like one part with Infinity War, I have like some of my favorite movie experiences.
Yeah.
Like I still remember the experience of like that part in the Avengers when Loki's like enough. I like that whole thing, and then Smash. Yeah. I literally like that bit like nowadays isn't really that funny because like you just see it a bunch of times. It still gets a chuckle out of me.
Right.
But I just remember the experience of like that happening and everybody's erupting in laughter and applauding so much that they didn't hear the line "Puny God."
That's what I think I love about these big blockbuster movies is the theater experience. The theater experience is so good. Infinity War was good because like there's points where everyone was like, oh, and everyone was like, oh, and everyone was like, ah, and
I just remember being like, oh, they're gonna end on this.
Yeah.
And then my favorite was like literally the second I checked my phone, you texted me.
Because we literally saw it at the same exact time.
And you're just like, ah, and I'm just like, I know, ah.
But like, oh man.
The movie was sad.
Yeah.
That movie's gonna be long.
The movie's gonna be so long. It's gonna be 3 hours.
I'm questioning about this. Do you think that movie's like gonna break a lot of box office records? Like, I'm wondering if it's going to become, like, the highest... Do you think it could beat Avatar?
How far away was Infinity War from Avatar?
Good question. I got it. Oops. Nope. But I could do research, too. By the way, I think there's a sequel to that coming out soon.
Oh, yeah. Of what, 2020, I think?
So that's, like, literally, like, a nostalgia thing because it's coming out 10 years later. Mm-hmm. The Avengers is... that's the 4th. So it made because how did Avatar make $2.7 billion?
Overseas. It did really well overseas.
Okay. So the Avengers had like 2.048 billion. So maybe.
Possibly.
Possibly.
It depends.
How well it does overseas.
Yeah.
Because like, at least like with here, like it was breaking all those like ticket records.
Right. A lot of pre-sale records. Well, I know. Like,
I think it broke all of them. I like FaceTime you and I'm just like, yo, you might want to get your tickets now. Because I'm literally not going to like Saturday night.
Yeah. I know. I was so afraid we weren't be able to get tickets, but we did get our tickets, so.
And so Cap's gonna die.
So Cap's gonna die. Duh.
We know that. That's
like.
I think like a lot of stuff like we know is gonna happen, but I don't mind that.
But like also there's stuff that we don't know for sure.
We don't know, but like I think Brian Fuller said this, and I kind of like it because around the time like Handle of Season 3 was coming out, he was talking about a lot of stuff that was gonna happen, and even brought up that like because like there's like this whole like smorgasbord of death at the end of Season 2, so like and he confirmed that one of the characters was alive, and so people were like, I think people were saying like, are you revealing too much about like what's gonna happen? And he's like, well, you guys know I'm baking an apple pie, right?
Right.
But you just don't know how I'm going to make it.
Right.
It's sort of like that metaphor of like, you know what I'm making. Like, I'm telling you I'm bringing this.
Right.
But you don't know what spices I'm going to add.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I think sometimes, there's like a lot of foregone conclusions. Like, okay, well, obviously it has to end this way. You're like, right. But how you get there can sometimes be the most interesting part.
Yeah.
So...
Also, kind of like the way like the part 1 and part 2 kind of thing is, where it's kind of like, oh, it's not like the normal ones with like the book ones, where it's kind of like all of the build up and then a giant fight scene is the last movie.
Right.
This one's kind of like, oh no, the bad guy won. Now we gotta fix everything.
Right, and that's kind of the advantage they had with making a series that they know was gonna get more like installments of. And like, yeah,
and like they were good with the emotional stuff. Like we all went into Infinity War knowing that Spider-Man had a sequel coming out, right after Endgame, but we still all cried.
But exactly. Like it's still if you know what's like how it's going to end, but it's still able to draw emotion out of you. Like that's
we still cried when he said, "Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good."
Oh no. Yeah,
and like they were saying, like, was it right to release like the trailer for the new Spider-Man movie, right now? And it's kind of like, well, you knew he was coming back.
We all knew it. Yeah, we all know.
We all know they're all coming back.
But how are they coming back?
Exactly.
That's what we want to know.
I think somebody said that because like I never saw the Ant-Man movies, but like the middle world thing can do time travel.
The what?
Whatever the world that Ant-Man goes into.
Oh, that does time travel?
Doesn't it?
I don't know.
I'm
not well versed.
That's like the only thing we can think of because nobody else does.
Did you see Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Nope.
It's a weird movie.
Is it like good?
I enjoyed it, but it felt so let's see, when did I see it? I saw it August. I saw it the end of August. So it's been a while since I've seen it. But it was just a movie that like, okay, so it had a beginning, middle, and end, but I feel like the way it kind of moved forward like just felt very different than like a standard kind of Marvel movie. And people would say that like, well, it feels like a Marvel movie. It does, but the way, I don't know, the way everything kind of plays out, like the ending of the antagonist is different. It's I don't know how to describe it. It was like it ended. It was like, oh, is that how we're ending that? Okay, weird. So I don't know, but you should watch it because I'm curious what your thoughts are.
I haven't seen either of the Ant-Man movies.
Oh, really?
Are they like kind of like lower tier Marvel movies? Like they're just kind of meh.
They're more fun.
Yeah, which I'm fine. Yeah, it's fine.
More like fun than like meaty.
Yeah.
So Ant-Man, the first one was fine.
Like I think I know enough about like the world and stuff so that like when Endgame comes out, and if that is the case, I'm not going to be confused. And like I feel like they're probably going to explain it just in case. Like I know like with Infinity War, it's like no, you have to see these movies.
Right. But yeah, Ant-Man. I don't think you need to see that for that to no,
because Ant-Man's not even in it.
Endgame?
In Infinity War.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah, he's not in Infinity War, but he's in Endgame.
I know he's in Endgame. I saw the one trailer. By the way, Paul Rudd's 50.
Oh, my God.
How?
Paul Rudd is 50.
How? How?
Witchcraft.
Probably.
She's a witch. Burn her.
I like Paul Rudd, though. I do kind of wonder, like, who is, like, if we, like, say everybody who's coming back from after, like, dusting and stuff. And also, I think, like, if we're doing time travel, it kind of confirms more that probably Gamora is going to come back to life because you have, like, Rocket and Nebula. I feel like that's going to be their main goal, is, like, getting the Guardians back, which includes Nebula, Gamora.
Speaking of Guardians, though, James Gunn is back.
Yay!
Thank God. All right, all is right with the world now. Oh, my God. All is right with the world. I'm glad he's back.
And he's still doing Suicide Squad 2.
He's still doing that.
That movie's still going to probably be a mess a bit.
Well, okay, so Suicide Squad isn't even, is like a soft reboot now?
Well, because Will Smith
It's not a
isn't in
sequel,
it.
it's like a reboot.
Will Smith isn't in it. Idris Elba is. Margot Robbie's still in it. Thank God.
Yeah, so that's weird how they did that. But like, yeah, that's interesting.
But then it still means they're probably not going to get a Guardians movie for a little while.
Yeah, the Guardians movie, I think he said they're doing Suicide Squad first and then Guardians. So Guardians is going to take a while to come out. But you know what? It's getting made. I don't care. Thank God. So yeah.
We're all happy now. But I was kind of thinking, so, because I feel like that means, like, probably Gamora's coming back, and we know Vision's coming back because of, like, the Disney Plus shows.
Oh, right.
So,
yeah.
And, like, I think there's even, like, a Loki show, but I kind of just want that to, like, just be, like, if Loki can come back and just stick around and do his own thing, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I feel kind of more confident that Gamora's going to come back.
Yeah.
With the fact that, like, I feel like Nebula and Rocket would be determined to get her back.
Right. Yeah, they'd have to. But like, it's interesting though. I hope that when they bring Gamora back, I hope they kind of like take a step back from the romance that they were doing in Infinity War, like with her and Quill. Like, I hope they like chill it out because the whole thing of like Guardians 2, it was like a very slow build up to like them getting together, and there's like some pull there, and like Infinity War, they're like, oh, yay, we're going to die. Let's hook up. Then I hope they kind of take a step back.
I think they might, because, like, there is different emotions when you're about to go into a situation where you might die. Mm-hmm. Also, like, I think because, like, the timeline's weird with that, so, like, you could also establish that, like, it's been a couple of years probably since that.
Yeah.
So I think you could establish, like, if it's been, like, I'm fine with, like, if it looks like it's been a few years and, like, you're at one point and then the next time you see them, they're at a different point because it's been a few years. Mm-hmm. So I was like, really wasn't that upset with it. And, like, you knew that they liked each other. Yeah,
I wasn't upset that they did it, but it did feel, like, fast after kind of the way, the speed it was going at in the last two movies. And it made sense with the situation, but I kind of hope that they kind of take a step back from it once we get to the next
you trust James Gunn.
I do trust him.
So...
don't fuck this up for me, James.
Why would he? This is like his baby.
It's true. So,
because that was like Guardians, like the first. I think that felt like the first time they actually like let a director just like run free. Mm-hmm. And like ever since like those made a lot of money, they've been getting better at that.
Right. Yeah.
Like with like Thor Ragnarok and like Black Panther, they realized like, oh, this actually works and people really like this, so we should keep it going. Mm-hmm. But anyways, I'm like wondering like after Endgame, who's like technically gonna be in the Avengers now? Because like, so we know, so Cap dead. That's out of the way.
Yeah, Cap's gonna die. This is not gonna age well if he doesn't, but like, Cap's gonna die.
Well, I think the way that they're talking about it, even like the way that even Chris Evans says like it was a great like last film, like he's kind of established like this is his last Marvel movie,
right? Like,
I mean, it's gonna be really upset if he just like runs off into the distance, but like I don't think Cap can. Cap can't.
He's just like, I'm done with this bullshit. Peace.
I don't think Cap can do that though. Cap doesn't seem like the type of character who would just like be like, I'm gonna retire. Mm-hmm. Like he doesn't seem that. Like
right.
Why? Like if something bad happens, he's gonna come back.
Unlike Iron Man, I think Iron Man's gonna just straight up retire.
You think?
Yeah.
I think the more you say that, the more I agree. Mm-hmm. So.
Well, I think it bookends with some of the earlier conversations that you see between Tony and Pepper in Infinity War. I think it's going to bookend like that. So I think Iron Man's going to live, but he's out. Cap's going to die.
Yeah. I think that's like set. That's like a set. That's definitely a set theory now.
Yeah. Well, Black Widow's out.
She dead?
She's not. I don't think she's gonna die.
I thought she was gonna die.
I think she's just out.
I think from like the trailers, I just assumed she was gonna die because like I know they're making a movie, but that's probably gonna be a prequel movie.
I would imagine it'd be a prequel movie.
So like you can kill her if you want.
Well, like you can kill her. So like either way, I don't know how that's gonna go. I think Hawkeye is gonna die.
We didn't for a while. No,
maybe not.
He hasn't been in enough movies.
I thought Hawkeye was gonna die in Age of Ultron, so maybe I'm wrong. But then they gave him family, and I was like, oh, that's an interesting decision.
No, but I like that, because they give you all the cliches, and then they don't do it, and I just love that.
That's true, yeah, they did set
that was so good.
Yeah.
I don't think Hawkeye's going to die. I wouldn't be surprised.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if like all the Avengers of the original Avengers died. Mm-hmm. But I don't think they're all going to die.
I don't think they're all going to die.
I'm thinking Thor might.
I don't think Thor's going to die.
Like from that last trailer, like the way they kind of like there was like that one shot of like Tony and Thor and Cap. Mm. So that kind of like if he doesn't, I'm not going to be surprised. I don't know about Hulk though.
I don't think so.
Mm?
I don't think Hulk is a hard one. I don't think he's going to die. I think the actual like Hulk the being is, I feel like, too powerful to die. Some people I have a friend whose theory is that like Hulk is like one of the strongest characters.
Isn't he?
And yeah, like strong, like most powerful, because the idea is that his power is limited by his anger. So in theory, you can be infinitely angry, which I'm like, sure, that makes sense. I don't think Hulk as like a being is going to die, but I think Hulk is just going to like go AWOL. Probably not AWOL. I don't know. This is a lot. There's a lot of character arcs to wrap up here. There's so many different directions it could go.
Well, I think like I don't know about like Rhodey or something.
Yeah. I don't know about
I'm
Rhodey.
also wondering, like, if contracts up and, like, some of these actors are, like, getting on the older side, like, do they want to keep going? Mm-hmm. But I think, like, with a lot of the characters, you can argue that they could retire, and then, like, if they want to come back for, like, a cameo, they could do it.
Right.
And then, but, like, who's, like, with other people, I'm, like, wondering who's going to be on the Avengers team now after all this. So, it's, like, we're assuming, like, all of the original Avengers are out.
Yeah.
Whether they're dead or retiring. Mm-hmm. Especially with, like, the TV shows that are coming on the Disney Plus thing, like, it's very confusing about who's going to be what.
Well, I think they're still going to be on. Those guys are still going to be on the Avengers. Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Be,
Vision. Bucky and Falcon.
Yeah, Falcon. I think Falcon's going to take up the Captain America mantle.
Think him or Bucky?
They're going to fight it out. Maybe that's what the...
Why can't they just share it? Here's my honest...
Maybe that's the show. Maybe it's just a sitcom of them like, oh, but I thought I was going to get the shield today.
I'm fine with that. They're great. They have good chemistry.
They do.
I'm fine with the show.
They had great chemistry in Civil War.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Mm-hmm. But I know I kind of want like I don't know if I want like a leader actually, just like maybe like a set of leaders. That's hopefully Falcon, Bucky, and Captain Marvel.
I was gonna say Captain Marvel.
Yeah, she's definitely sticking around.
Yeah.
None of the Guardians? No, because that's their own thing.
That's their own thing.
I guess like my one thing, people that I'm curious about are like Doctor Strange and like Black Panther, because like they got their own shit going on.
They got I think Black Panther.
But he's a king. He's got a country to worry about.
He's got his own bullshit.
He's got Wakanda to worry about. I know that like they're like part of the like I feel like they go to him for like help and stuff, but like he's got his own problem. He's got like a country. Mm-hmm. And then like Doctor Strange gets all the magic crap. Like
yeah.
So it's kind of like, are they a part of the Avengers or is it like they're just around?
Are they coming out with another Doctor Strange?
I think so.
When?
Dan. The only movie we know is that coming out phase 4 is like Spider-Man.
That's true.
I kind of am okay with that though. Like I kind of
Guardians 3.
We don't know when.
Yeah.
Like I know. I think the ones that they confirmed were like a Black Panther 2, Doctor Strange 2, Black Widow, whatever they're doing with X-Men and Fantastic Four.
Whatever they're doing with X-Men. Oh boy. Yeah.
So
are they doing another Fantastic Four?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
I just assume because they have those rights now, they might want to do it. They
man.
At least like bring them in.
What? Imagine what a good Fantastic Four movie would be. Like,
who would you want for a Fantastic Four movie?
Chris Evans.
No, Chris Evans and Michael Chiklis. Get them back. I don't think Chris Evans is gonna do it.
No.
But like also like Michael, like him and Chris Evans and Michael Chiklis were the best part of those Fantastic Four movies. Can we agree?
Yeah. Why is it like anyone who plays the Human Torch goes on and actually plays like a good comic book character?
Good Marvel comic.
Because Michael B. Jordan, he redeemed himself there.
Well, he got lucky because like the bad Fantastic Four movie came out, and then literally like months later, Creed came out.
Yeah,
so he was fine.
That's true.
Everybody else is kind of like, I'm kind of wondering like, so like bring Michael Chiklis back as a thing. Chris Evans ain't coming back for Human Torch, so you know that, and that would be weird,
right?
But I don't know who else would you want though, because you need like old. You don't need like old people, but you need like older people. But I don't know who you would get. Leave your thoughts in the comments.
That's a good question.
So I don't know if they're doing that, but like I kind of want like after the Spider-Man movie, but like after that movie, I kind of want Marvel to just like take a year off. Like chill out, guys. Like you successfully,
take time.
You successfully did this thing,
right?
I think you're good for a bit because it's like, what's gonna happen after this? Because like, are they gonna build up to another like long storyline with like another big villain? Which I don't know if there's any other really big villains.
Sure.
Probably.
Sure. I feel like Marvel has like limitless characters. You just have to write them well.
Yeah. Or are they gonna do a thing where it's just kind of like a bunch of like episodes of just like adventures, which I'm also kind of fine with. Like each movie is kind of like a standalone adventure.
Yeah. But at the same time, take some time off, bro. You did all right.
You did good. You made a ton of money. Mm-hmm. So much money. You're gonna make more.
Now, don't make people hate you. So play it smart.
I feel like that's a series that's like not gonna die until they stop making money and people don't like them.
We'll stop beating this dead horse when it stops spitting out money.
It's not even a dead horse. Is it a dead horse yet?
Not quite.
Because they're still making good content.
Yeah.
But I feel like that is kind of like a series that you can maybe keep going just because like you can bring in different actors. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of like how many people are going to like stop watching at a point and you can bring in a new audience.
You have to have really good foresight. You have to be able to like lay it out and say like, okay, this is what people like. This is the attention span of people. Like this is what we can do. They just have to play it smart. But very rarely do they ever play it smart. So
I mean, so far they've been doing pretty good,
right?
And it's been like 10 years, 11,
right?
So,
but I feel like we're in kind of uncharted territory here, because like who else has done something like to this scale? Created kind of like a cinematic universe that's, the size
probably
of
not since like the Universal Monster stuff.
Right.
And that was like so long ago.
Right. And so it's like, I feel like we're kind of in uncharted territory as far as like, who knows when this is going to keep being good and stop being good. We don't have like a lot of history to look back on to figure out how it's going to go. So good luck.
So either way, like Marvel's like historic in a way.
Yeah, I think so. And maybe somebody will be in the comments and be like, I don't think you're right there. And yeah, that's fair.